Hi, my name is Robert Bartlett, and we're standing at the Spagiricus Institute of Parachemistry in the Pacific Northwest. And we're standing right now in the classroom, and each year we hold classes here in a graded series of classes which develop the basic principles of laboratory alchemy. And we begin with herbal classes. The prima class covers 3 days, non-sequential. Days for the theory, followed by a 3-day intensive workshop outside and in the laboratory. So we cover both theory and practice of laboratory alchemy in the Western tradition, but also along Eastern traditional lines as well. Classes are usually about 12 people. They run about $75 for each of the 3 full-day long classes. They last all day from 9 in the morning till about 5 or 6 in the evening. So they're very intensive classroom times for developing the principles of theoretical laboratory alchemy, learning why we do specific operations or procedures for developing alchemical medicines, a little bit about the history, and certainly about the theory of why we're proceeding the way we proceed in the laboratory. So these classes have been going on for the last 6 or 7 years each year, and they take on a life of their own. Each one is a unique class. Alchemy has always been taught as an oral tradition. So reading a book and studying things online is one thing, but alchemy has always been passed on as an oral tradition, and you really pick up more from being taught in that sort of format than reading it and trying to study on your own. So these classes are highly recommended for anyone who is desirous of learning laboratory alchemy and the tradition behind it, and taking up a course of study or research on their own based on traditional alchemical principles. From the classroom, after theory, we study practice, and we do the actual works in the laboratory. And I think we could retire now and check out some of the laboratory operations and see some of the equipment and operations going now. We have here several projects going on. These are metallic basmas, and this is in the Indian alchemical tradition. They're actually calcined metals. They're very long, and a real labor of love to make one of these because they take a lot of processing and a lot of time. Although they do use very simple methods and materials, they are an arduous procedure to make a basma successful. They're receiving currently some attention by the medical profession because they're finding these materials to be effective, and they're trying to figure out why that is. So part of the laboratory work we do is in the metal kingdom. We start off in the herbal kingdom because it's much safer when you're just learning to perform laboratory alchemical operations. So we start off with the herbal realm, and we progress up to mineral and metallic medicines, because certain aspects of metallic alchemy can be very dangerous if you're not trained in doing the procedures correctly. So here's an example of several basmas that have been prepared. This is from iron basma. This is zinc basma. This is a basma from mica, and this is from a different form of iron oxide. Each of these were considered to be rejuvenative in their own way. So they have a rejuvenative effect on the body, especially the mica and the iron bosmas, very powerful rejuvenative medicines. So if we can continue into the back and see more of the laboratory, we'll go that way now.
How would you ingest those?
These, they take very small amounts, just like 20 to 100 milligrams. The thing about these types of medicines is that they are often immediately effective on a variety of diseases. Jasad, or the zinc bosma, is used for all types of diabetes problems. And for example, the dose is very small, it has no taste, but it's 100 times more powerful than taking gallons of an herbal tea. So you can see their effectiveness is a quantum leap over herbal tinctures. Mineral medicines are held to be the most powerful alchemical medicines. They're very rapidly effective. The dose is very small. They're pretty much tasteless. And if you've taken some herbal tinctures, you know that they're not always all that pleasant to taste. So something like this would be worth taking gallons of a foul-tasting herbal tincture. And they're proving themselves in medical testing today. They're actually receiving a lot of attention. They can't quite figure out why zinc bosma, which is chemically a zinc oxide, why that would be effective for problems with diabetes. But they're finding that to be the case. And so they can't quite explain how these things work. There's a whole technology to it that the modern medical profession are not aware of. And they should be aware of it. And that's part of the goal of the school, is to bring light on the actual traditions of alchemy and how these things are supposed to be prepared, as opposed to reading it in a book and saying that, well, you'll end up with zinc oxide, and so zinc oxide isn't effective for diabetes, and yet zinc bosma, prepared in the correct way, it is. There's a difference there. And the difference is the alchemical techniques, and that's what we study and teach here. Okay, we're standing now in one of the smaller research labs. We do a lot of analytical work here, but also preparing materials. You can see this is a distillation unit, which is for collecting essential oils from plants. One of the alchemical processes we study. This is an essential oil from coriander, actually. The plant is put in here and steam is run through it, so we get the steam distilled oil. This is another operation called spagyric anatomy, where a plant is taken apart using nothing but fire. The control and regulation of fire in alchemy is very important. So in here we study the effects of fire separating and decomposing materials in a way that we can capture the various essences as they are evolved from the plant. In the end, we'll take all these various components we derive from the plant and purify those and put those back together into a medicinal form. So this is all part of the herbal alchemy that we study here, how to separate a plant into its philosophical essentials, a body, soul, and spirit component, which is a reflection of their spiritual counterparts in matter. They actually have a resonance with certain forms of matter. So these are, in a sense, the material analogs of the body, soul, and spirit of the various plants and minerals that we're working with. And that forms the basis of the whole medicinal technology of alchemy, because these medicines are applied onto ourselves. And as we take spiritualized matter into us, you are what you eat, and so you are incorporating spiritualized substances into yourself, and they're causing transformations inside of you. They will awaken energetic centers, the energy flow through the body is changed, you don't get sick, you don't age quite so fast, all those good things. That's what alchemical medicines are about.